This is Monsters on the Mic on the Fan 106.5, giving you exclusive insider access to coaches and players for Duluth's Minnesota Monsters football team. Recorded weekly at Lyric Kitchen Bar in downtown Duluth. Now here's your hosts, Brian Prudhomme and Dave Cook.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monsters on the Mic here at Lyric Kitchen Bar. It is Wednesday night, which is the night for the live recording. And again, if you're hearing this on the radio, it's Thursday, or it could be Saturday because it's the pregame to the pregame. Brian Prudhomme, Dave Cook is absent tonight, but intern Tanner, he continues to try for perfect attendance. I'm glad you're here tonight.
You got the better replacement.
Wow. Fighting words issued when Dave can't defend himself, but I'm fine with that.
That's what I do.
Because I'll tell you this, the Washington Wolfpack couldn't defend themselves against our Monsters back on Sunday. Win in advance. That's what this Minnesota team did.
Yeah, I mean, there was no argument there for me. The defense that we showed against their offense and the offensive plays that we made against their defense, and no doubt that we won that.
Well, and it never fails when your quarterback is making plays, you're usually going to advance. And Minnesota's quarterback has been good for a long time. He's been good on the mic as well, even though he won't admit that. But he's here again. We've done countless interviews together, and what's one more as we welcome Javonte Johnson. My friend, good to have you, and welcome back once again to the show. Playoff edition. Tell me what that means to you, because win or go home is obviously just a little bit different.
We're just happy to be here. We're blessed to be here. We work hard to be here. And there was no point in the season where we didn't think we'd be here.
That's fair. Now, happy to be here is a polite way of putting things. But this team knows how good they are, because you just said at no point in the season did you not think you'd be this far. But you're in a very interesting scenario, because we always talk about, where were we on week one versus where are we now? Literally, we're looking at that this weekend, because you opened in Albany, and here we go off to New York again. What's the thoughts on how far this team has come from April to today?
I mean, the proof's in the pudding of how far we came as a team on paper and, off the field, all that stuff like that. Now we definitely, like I said, this whole season to me was more of a bonding thing than a football thing. So we just got blessed to be able to be in a football setting, meeting each other and building each other up, or however we had to do it. But we've definitely came a long way.
You've done the job. Now talk to me a little bit about the bonding, because that was a question I had right away. Now, you've known Jake Lambert for a long time. First-year owner, first year of this league, first year of this particular franchise. But the emotion in the embrace you guys had after the win on Sunday, to me, that was, like you said, more of a bonding than a football game. Take me through the thoughts once Sunday was over, because I know it's on to the next, but you seem to savor Sunday a little bit.
Well, like I said in the beginning, our whole season was a roller coaster. But obviously, like I said to my guys, I don't even like roller coasters, but I ride this roller coaster.
I'm not tall enough to ride most of them, so we're good.
Yeah,
I'm too big myself.
But like I said, I haven't known Jake for that long, but it feels like I've been knowing him, almost my whole life.
He's that kind of guy, right?
Yeah, for sure. But and like I said, that's what it was about before we even started this, and I'm glad that's what it's still about. The camaraderie, the brotherhood, stuff like that. None of that went away yet, and it's never gonna go away.
That's perfectly said. We're looking at a team that's coming in this league for the first year, and we're already in the playoffs. That's a big step for a brand new team that's getting here. So is it a hunger thing we're looking for? Is it let's get in, prove ourselves, show them what we're made of? What's the locker room looking like right now?
Well, it's always the outside noise. Like you said, nobody expects us to be anywhere we are right now. But our locker room was always our locker room, and we always believed what we could do. We knew what we could do, and then we worked to get to where we wanted to be at. So, yeah, like Claude said, the train rolling now. So
right.
It doesn't matter who's in front of us anymore. Like I said, it's not about who we're playing against. It's never been about that, and it's still not about that. It's just about us.
I was going to tell you, if the train is rolling and Claude and you are on board, I'm telling everybody to look out. We'll talk to Claude a little bit later. You talked about the roller coaster. Part of that roller coaster is the wide receiving core has been talented, but been different throughout most of the year. All of them say, I've got great chemistry with Javonte. How do you do that with guys? Some have been here for 2-3 years. Some have been here for 2-3 weeks. How do you establish that so quickly? Because you're very good at it.
So typically the easiest way and my most productive way, obviously, is we just go put in work right now. Figure out his strengths and weaknesses and, blend them into mine. If we got a really fast guy, I don't have to hold back throwing the ball. Just a bunch of stuff like that. But, I just pay attention to the details. I play quarterback, so it's kind of, we have to pay attention to the details. But that's like I said, if guy shows up here and we don't go get no work, we don't have any conversation, nothing like that, yeah.
You're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, you're not going to get the ball. It's just,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a workout guy. I like working out all the time. So all the guys who come work out is all the guys who get the balls.
No doubt about that. So I got to ask you this, because one of the things, particularly in this league and quite frankly in the arena level of football, that I've noticed is quarterbacks are often running for their lives, or at least leaning for their lives. A lot of off-balance throws, a lot of side pockets, rolling pockets, as they put them. I noticed particularly on Sunday, you are incredibly poised in the pocket. Is that a credit to you? Is that a credit to your offensive line? Is that something that somebody told you along the way, or a little bit of all of the above? Because a lot of quarterbacks look really frazzled, but it's this defense. You're not going against them. You look comfortable all the time.
Yep. I mean, it's a little bit all the above. Like, it's a little bit of my coaches telling me I got to step up in the pocket. Obviously, it's a lot of my O-line telling me I got to step in the pocket. But, I mean, a big thing for me, what made it a lot easier is, having Claude and Gunner at fullback as opposed to, just a regular running back.
Having Gunner is really something, yeah.
For sure. Which is, like I said, our running backs, the running backs we did have, like Shannon Brooks, he tried with everything he had in him to always block no matter what. But, sometimes you got to go against the defensive tackle, stuff like that. So it was out of his control sometimes. But, like I said, it's a lot easier to do that when I got these big guys who I know going to protect me, who I know, so I don't have to look down anymore. So, like you said, it's a credit to everything. It's credit to me staring down the defensive line a little bit too much, so it's credit to everything you said.
Yeah, everything's come together at the right time. I want to ask you this because I've wanted to for a while, but when you look at things in your game, you're so critical of yourself, which is a nice thing to have as a competitor, but at the same time, it's, man, give yourself a break, because you were pretty good on Sunday, but the first social media post that I saw from you was, I'm going to be better. How would you grade yourself Sunday, and what are you looking forward to improve on this weekend?
I'd probably say a C+ at best.
Okay.
Just a couple misreads, a couple misthrows. Like I said, a couple times looking down at the defensive line, stuff like that. And obviously, whenever we play Albany, I'm going for A+ no matter what. Yeah. That's what we put the work in all week.
Yeah, we're going to need that, certainly. So what do you expect from them? Because everybody in this league talks about, we watch film, we saw this. We watch film, we saw this. We go over film, we go over film, we go over film. They're going to make adjustments from April to today as well. What do you think you're going to see from them that concerns you, and what are you already prepared for?
I mean, I'm already prepared for everything.
Nice.
I won't say I'm already prepared for everything, but in a sense, I'm prepared for everything. Like, if this happens, it's worst case scenario, this happens, So, like I said, I'm prepared for everything. And, it's playoff football. I'm sure they're going to throw whatever they can at us, which is we're going to do the same to them.
Yeah, it's great to be prepared for everything. But can you walk me through what is in your mind when you're at practice and you're thinking about a big team like Albany here, who was undefeated for the longest time? How do you prepare and plan with the guys at practice to make sure you're A+ ready for this game?
So I can tell you this, just because you asked me that question, it kind of makes sense.
He was prepared for this too. Look at him.
I wasn't, but the way you just asked me that question, you kind of just made my brain simulate like into.
I told you like what he brings to the table.
For sure.
I did something good once.
So week 1, Albany was on the schedule, and that's all we were worried about. Albany. Well, now we're in the playoffs. We don't even care who we're playing against. Just so happen to be Albany, whoever it is. That has nothing to do with what we got going on anymore. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I can definitely tell you that was the difference between now and week 1.
Yeah.
All right, so we've talked a lot about preparation, and you are definitely prepared for this weekend. But how does one prepare for a hostile environment potentially like Albany? Yes, you've been there. We talked about week 1. But you guys haven't been on the road since essentially the middle of June. You got real comfortable in Duluth, real comfortable at Amsoil Arena. The crowds got louder. I thought they were very good on Sunday. They were very pro-you, very pro-Monsters. It's not going to be the case this weekend. How do you prepare for going into the proverbial lion's den when you haven't had to in a month and a half?
Personally, football is fun. Obviously emotions get involved.
Yeah.
Playing bad, you don't want to play bad and stuff like that. But there's always football is fun at the end of the day. Like, it's people are going through way.
Look at that smile. He's having fun.
Yeah,
he's playing.
People's going through way worse situations. People in way worse circumstances. Like, to me, it's just all fun. Like, I don't care what they saying. It doesn't even one ear and out the other for sure. It doesn't matter at all.
I can appreciate that. So tell me this: is there part of you that embraces being on the road? Because the cliche, I think it's a cliche by now, is walk into your trap, take over your trap. Is there part of you that enjoys, hey, we're going to ruin this for the home team and the home crowd that's having so much fun? Yeah, we haven't done it in a long time, and yeah, the crowd's not going to be for you, but it's a brotherhood, this team, and this brotherhood is going 27 hours on a bus to get to New York, and kind of us against them, chip on shoulder kind of thing. Is the road in that sense, use the word fun, is the road more fun that way, as good as the home crowds have been?
For sure. I basically I thrive on making people believers. So that's the only thing I see going into that crowd. That's my opportunity to make all these people over here. Everybody's gonna be watching the second round of the AF1 playoffs.
Yeah.
First time, our first time in this league. We in the semifinals. So everybody's gonna be watching. So I just love making people believers.
So you talked about making people believers. I feel like you've done that week in and week out. Frankly, you've done it 3 straight years here in Duluth now. What is it about your game that you think people believe in most? You're hard on yourself, like I just said, but what's the best part of your game right now? What do you like about where you're at?
Man, I say the best part of my game is just being able to adapt. Like came from the TL, run around a bunch of different guys. I'd say more than some, almost most of the guys I've been around, probably the best football players I've been around, like at their positions and stuff like that, or whether it's accolade-wise or skill-wise, whatever it is. So, just embracing the moment. Being able to be in this moment. You talk about it, you dream about it, but it don't always happen. You just daydreaming all the time, stuff like that. I wish I could be in this situation, and then it came to life. So I'm just trying to stay in the moment, man.
So I'm going to give you a question that's going to sound like me ripping on myself, and that's okay. How difficult is it when you want to be locked in on game week, playoff week, and you got to do things like this? You guys were in the community this week with lots of kids. You're still asked to be, community servants, if you will, and be a part of what Duluth is and what the Northland is, but you're fixated on, hey, we go to Albany, we got a job to do. Is it difficult to have to do other things when I know you? The game's always on the brink.
Honestly, not really. Just for the simple fact of, it's not forever. You know what I'm saying? Whether even if we not even think about next year, but just even if we win this game, go to the championship, win the championship, go to the All-Star game, play in the All-Star game. After that week, we're back to our normal lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We still, try to do stuff on our own and stuff like that, but there's no monsters setting up events for us to go in the community. We can't be around all the kids all the time.
Yeah.
We just try to live in the moment, man. We appreciate and love doing those things for sure.
Absolutely. So go Monsters and go Michigan, because that equation will put you back in Duluth. But let's assume that you may not get home again. What's your overall thoughts on how Amsoil was and how it grew over the last 5-6 weeks of home games? Because to me, the crowds, the energy, the enthusiasm got better every week.
Man, we just... like I said, at the beginning of the season, it's a learning curve for a lot of us, for most of us. Even our veteran guys, our good guys. There were veterans. Most of our guys were veterans in other leagues, not in this league. Like most of our guys were, not most of our guys, but a lot of our guys were first timers in this league and stuff like that. So, it's just as long as we keep putting out a good product, keep making it fun for those guys, keep winning, especially despite what anybody say.
Yeah.
All that stuff like that. I feel like, they'll keep supporting us and stuff like that, especially when we're doing stuff in the community and all that stuff.
No doubt.
But, I definitely love the M-Soil. I love the deck, too, but, the M-Soil was just different for sure. It was, I don't know, it just felt a little more personal.
It got pretty electric. Yeah, it really did.
It's another breed.
So let me ask you this. We talked about first-timers in this league. I want to talk about first time in any league. Have you ever played in a game where half the team showed up at halftime? That was a different world last weekend.
I played in so my first game ever, I practiced, so I've never been inside of an arena before. I was in Washington. We practiced outside for 2 weeks in the park, like with cones.
Wow.
So my first game in Idaho against the Horsemen was my first time in the arena, first time seeing walls. I think I threw we were on the 2-yard line, and we had like a lot of pressure. Nobody was open, so I just threw the ball over the wall. And we got a safety. Like I said, I was like learning rules as we were going. It was crazy. So it's arena. Like I said, you just get professional players. So you just try and be thankful for the opportunity. So I'm happy. I know those guys were happy that they were at least here or at least able to get here at halftime and try and win the game.
Yeah.
So you talked about learning rules. How about this team having 8 points without touching the ball last weekend? You got the one on the kickoff. You got a fumble recovery on a kickoff. By the time you're, I won't say under center because a lot of times you're in the gun, but by the time you're out there, you're up comfortably. That's got to feel pretty good.
Well, what happened was, the defense got a turnover, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
And we got the ball.
Jarve got that quick fumble recovery touchdown, too.
Well, so before that, we got the fumble recovery.
Yep.
I'm pretty something on the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
So I threw like a bubble pass for a touchdown. That was my first play.
Yeah.
The next play, Jarve got the touchdown for the and then their offense, and after that touchdown, then their offense went on the field for like 8 minutes. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I threw like a 2-yard pass
Yeah.
up until like a minute left.
In fact, Meadow Lemon asked me, he said, have you done our first down sponsor yet? And we were up double figures. I said, we don't have a first down yet. We didn't need one.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, talking about Amsoil and talking about all these big plays, I got to know, we've been home a lot really recently, win or lose. What has been your favorite play of the year so far?
And if you don't have one, I do, but go ahead.
I was about to say.
My favorite play of the year.
What's just been like,
If
wow,
it's
I
not
can't believe
if it's
that.
not the 4th and 25 touchdown to Shiloh, man, I don't know.
It's either Shiloh or the pass to Phoenix when he like double caught the ball behind the guy's back.
One of the best catches we've ever seen.
Yeah,
That
one of
was
those two.
amazing.
All right, let me close with this. And I know you're going to say we just need to be perfect or we just need to play our game, but give me the best answer that's not that you can. What's it going to take to dethrone the 2-time defending champions in New York this weekend?
Our guys got to be our guys. You know, big time players.
Make big-time plays.
Big time plays and big time moments and all that stuff. You know, all that. And like I said, we know we got the guys, so our guys just got to be our guys. That's it.
That sounds like Javonte Johnson with a capital J. J5 QB1. I love you dearly. Good luck this weekend. Round of applause for Javonte Johnson, the leader of the offense. Up next, the Claude father, the leader of the defense. Stick around. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Monsters on the Mic, segment number 2 with C4, who wears number 9. Too many numbers for me. Brian Prudhomme with the intern Tanner and the Claude father, Claude Davis. Let me start there because I asked other players before, and they said, and even Zach said, and Zach knows everything about this team, he said, I honestly don't know. So I knew when Carlos Correa was with the Twins that he was wearing 4 and he was C4. How does number 9, Claude Davis, get the nickname C4? And welcome back, my friend.
How you doing? Just a childhood nickname, you know, that stuck with me. And my mom got 4 sons. I'm the oldest boy, so it just stuck.
All right, that actually makes sense. Now I want you to make sense of something for me because it's become one of my new favorite parts of your game, and there are a lot. When a play takes place at the opposite end of the field from your bench, and you have to come off for a play, you come off, but you sit in row 1 with the fans.
Oh, yeah.
How much fun are you having with that, and is it about them, or is it about, I don't want to get that many steps in, I'm going to hang out right here for one play?
It's definitely about them, you know, just the excitement, you know, just to interact with the fans is a great thing. And Amzo have been rocking lately, so it's just an appreciation thing for me, you know.
Yeah, you mentioned Amzo has been rocking. I'm glad to hear you say that because it's felt that way. Mm-hmm. How has it felt for you? Because you are the Claude father, but at times you are the conductor of the crowd, too. I mean, I'm trying to hype them up, and I get a lot of help from you. You're having a good time.
Oh, yeah, I enjoy it, man. It's motivation. It set the tone, you know, and it means a lot to us when it's 3rd and long, 4th and long, and the fans is crunk. You know, that make us want to make a big play, and when it happens and they go even crazier, you know, that's the reward of it. So it's definitely enjoyable.
Now, when you and I talked in April, when you were first on the show, we were joking about how you've played offense at different levels. And I said, well, Claude Davis, this nonstop defensive menace, is he going to want to tote the rock if he gets the chance? And you said most definitely, and we kind of giggled, and we thought, okay, yeah, we'll see if that happens. Not only did it happen, it became a big part of what this team does. We're going to talk a lot about Claude Davis, the defender, but talk to me about Claude Davis, that sweet feat of a cutback that you've got all of a sudden.
Well, my whole life I played offense. You know, I played defense as well, too, but, you know, that's just part of my game. You know, when we first got here, I used to tell the team, like, oh, I can do that. And I know they like, well, you too big, you know. So when it happened, and it just kept happening, and it got better and better, you know, like you said, it became a part of the offense.
Yeah.
You know, and now we look forward to it on certain situations. So.
Well, and Javonte just mentioned between you and Gunner, he feels well protected. Have you seen a bigger backfield between the two of you carrying the ball on a regular basis?
Nah.
Pound for pound, you're legit the best backfield we can have.
Oh, yeah, Michigan, they got a big guy back there, but me and Gunner, I think we take the cake for, you know, for sure. Just what he do on the O-line as well as fullback is great, you know.
I mean, looking at these cool plays and the magic feet that you have at these plays, and I asked this question to Javonte earlier, I mean, what has been your favorite play so far in Amsoil?
I got to say that Kentucky touchdown run, you know. Or maybe the hurdle. The hurdle was tight, too.
That was awesome.
The hurdle was probably the most impressive in the awe-striking nature of it. the cutback was the most football savvy. Oh my goodness, did he just do that?
Right, yeah, yes, sir, for sure. So, yeah, I would have to say it's out of those two plays for sure.
Both of them I was screaming at, looking at him.
I was going to say, he's a cameraman. He's making just as much noise as the crowd is making. Tell me this, though, because we always wonder, are athletes hearing what's going on around them, or are they clear the mechanism guys and it's just zoned in on the play? We talked about the Godfather music that now follows the Claude Father. I wondered if you knew. Not only do you know, you appreciate it. So how much do you hear of, Javonte might call it outside noise, but some of it's fun. How much do you hear of what's really going on?
I hear it all because I'm a part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know too, but I'm definitely a part of it. So I hear it too. And like I said, I love it. Even the visor thing, if you don't notice, like you can't see my eyes in my visor, but I can see everything else and everybody, so I enjoy it for sure.
Talk to me about your defensive line brethren, because Shai was tremendous this past weekend. Simley's been tremendous for a long time. Shockey has been a big deal throughout the season. They all say they lean on you to learn and kind of adapt to the game. I'm not going to have you grade them, but just kind of speak glowingly of them, because that whole unit, you guys are tremendous.
I feel like we're the best in the business.
I don't think there's any doubt.
I give them all A grades if you ask me. Just the different things they do. From Shy playing Mac or Shy playing DN or Shockey playing Mac or Shockey playing DN. Even now, Simley, he playing Mac too. So
right. It's
just us being so rotational or changeable, however you want to say it, makes it a lot more fun to play because, Shy might have a guy beat for the first 2 quarters and then I come in with speed and power.
Yeah.
Now it's over, So it's just being able to rotate with those guys, man, and gel as a group is amazing.
No doubt, because I asked you before we got started tonight, I said, have you ever seen somebody get beat clean as badly as Shy beat a tackle for a safety on Saturday? Is that one of the best one-on-one wins you've ever seen? Because don't blink, and he was gone.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, it was crazy because that guy we was going up against, he was talking hella smack. So excuse my language.
That was kind of one of my next questions. How much was going on down there? Because it looked like more than a little bit.
Yeah, before the game, he walked up to me and said, "What's up?" Because I played against him in the IFL last year. I was the only guy to get a sack on him, so he remembered that. So he showed me some respect before the game. But during the game, just talking crazy. And when Shy got that safety, I just turned around and screamed in his face like, yeah, like here it comes now. So just part of the game, you got to be willing to take the punches that you give them for sure.
Well, let's springboard off that a little bit because the emotions were high that whole night. But again, I just kind of jokingly talked about it with Javonte. I said, I've never been at a game where half the team showed up at the half. Washington's emotions went through the roof. Their game didn't follow. What was it like for you guys going, we're up double digits and they're having a party because 5 guys just got here?
It didn't matter. You can
clearly,
you know what I mean. It ain't our fault, that happened. Sorry that it did, but like we're not gonna look at you different because y'all brought half the team or half the team got stuck. It's just preparation. That's why we driving to New York. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have those type of issues. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you mentioned so many things can be teachable moments. What do you teach guys in preparation for 27 hours on a bus? How do you take care of your body? How do you weather a storm like that? Because the whole week sounds long. By the time game day gets here, you guys will have been through a lot, but, it's a brotherhood. Javonte just said our guys just need to be our guys. How do you tell guys to prepare when it's a little bit different travel than maybe you're planning or bargaining for?
Just not psyching ourselves out, not getting, too high and low with the trip, understanding at the end of the day it's a business trip, and we got a bigger purpose, So if you can put that in your mind and understand we going here to play for the potential to win a championship, you know what I'm saying? Then that travel stuff is nothing. We got our breaks, we can stretch, stuff like that. Just got to take advantage of the opportunities that present itself.
Yeah, and now looking towards game day against Albany, you on your offense, what is going through the mind of that offensive line when you're up there? Is it business as usual, let's get this done, get out of here? Or is it, hey, let's hype up, let's make the big plays and show them what we're made of?
Man. Just being on offense, just seeing the personalities, the gunners. I love them, dude. When he first got here, he was quiet. Now he's outgoing, and it's great. And then Tory Boyd, he's a great leader. He worked with the guys real good to get them going. And then Lee Brown, as big as he is, and the stuff that he's been doing the last few weeks is great. And they just finding their swag, and they knew they had it all year, but now it's playoff time and they rolling and they seeing guys get defeated.
Right.
So it's great, that's a great group of guys for sure.
chatting with Claude Davis about what it takes to get it done in the playoffs. Now, when you were first on in April, you told us your age, and we all said, wait a minute, so I look terrible for being a decade older than you, but with tread on the tire, with years to speak of, how are you still going at this energy level, playing both sides of the ball right now?
Just God, man. Just blessing me with the talent to do that and instilling in me the things to do what I need to do off the field to make sure I'm able to do that. And the coaches try to pull me back sometimes, and I get pissed at them like, no, bro, I got it.
Yeah.
I can go both ways. I'm all right. If I get tired, I'll take myself out, or I'll tell you.
Yeah, he'll go sit in row one. We've seen it.
Yeah, go have some good times.
It's just the love of the game, being honest. Like, I love it. Like I said, I'm 37. I'm still playing at a high level, and just seeing that gives me the motivation to keep going. Now we're in a position to probably win my 6th or 7th ring. So
I was going to say that next ring will look pretty good on you. One for the thumb or whatever they say with that.
Sure.
You talk about coaches trying to pull you and emotions getting in there. How about one of the most emotional coaches that I've ever seen? Because your D coordinator, I think, wants to be out there with you guys. Tony O'Neill is bringing it on the proverbial sideline. It's hard to keep him on the sideline. Tell me what it's like playing for him right now.
It's great, and I respect him for being a man and letting guys like me and Delvin Randall, who's played the game, just give him ideas, even with certain calls or certain packages that we run. So him accepting that and understanding that we got a little more knowledge than he do playing-wise because of the years that we played versus his years. Him just embracing that and being a sponge is great.
So talk to me about week 1 in April versus, we're getting into August now by the time the game is played. Differences, adjustments are going to be there. What do you think is going to be different playing in a playoff semi versus a team you played to open the year?
The outcome.
I like that.
That's just being honest. When we played in the first game of the season, we were a fresh team. Halftime we down 3. And some things happened and we fizzled out. But if that don't happen, we probably would have started the season off 1-0.
Maybe this game this weekend is in a different city.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just being honest.
That's
just being honest. They could have been traveling to Duluth this week.
27 hours on a bus for them.
Right,
So we just had Javonte Johnson on, and one of the best and worst parts about him is he won't sing his own praises. So I'm going to lean to you to do that. We just talked about week 1 in April versus August 1st by the time we play this playoff game. Your quarterback is tremendous, and to me, he gets better every week. Tell me how, because he won't.
For one, that's my brother.
I know.
I love
mine too. We got 3 years of history together.
I love that guy, man. I'll do anything for him. But just seeing him, be willing to learn. Whether it's from a defensive player, whether it's from a coach, whether it's from another quarterback in another league or another coach in another league. Just him being open, to the questions, to the ideas, or even me and him just had a conversation the other day, and I was just telling him some stuff that from being around the game so long, and just to see him take it to practice and use it is amazing because now you see it work, So now we're getting in the game, and just like you said, he said he's gonna be better because there's certain things that he's missing, but he know that we ain't gonna beat him up about it. Everybody ain't gonna make.
He's gonna beat himself up about it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
It's just to see the growth each week is great.
And I just want to ask, if you all the young players listening to this, dreaming about being where you guys sit right now, is that one of the most important things about the game? Being able to listen to people older than you and being able to flexibility, be around everyone and be able to learn everything, or is it a little bit of this, a little bit of that? Taking it for granted.
I think it's more of a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Everybody's styles is different. You know what I'm saying? And if you take this nugget from one guy and another nugget from the next guy, and you put your own twist in it, you might have a 6-piece nugget off 2 nuggets after that.
Hey, I like that.
I was going to say, don't tell me that. I haven't eaten yet today. Now I'm hungry.
So that's just what it is, man. Just to talk about something off subject, Kobe Bryant said his hardest matchup was Tracy McGrady. And if you look at it, Tracy McGrady was a really big Kobe fan. You know what I'm saying? So Tracy took Kobe swag and put it with his swag. And if you think about it, them guys used to have wars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just stuff like that, little nuggets and stuff like that to help your game for sure.
So let me go off of that. How many guys out there do you think say their toughest matchup is you? Because they should. And then I don't know if you'll be willing to admit anybody for this, but what's been the toughest one for you this year? Toughest matchup? Who's a tackle that's got you figured out? Or now that you're toting the rock so much, who's a guy whose tackle you can't break?
I don't know. I can't. I mean, I played against a lot of good tackles this year, noses, whatever. But just to say the best one, I don't know. 71 from Washington was pretty good.
He was pretty solid.
He's an athletic tackle, so I can give him his props. But I ain't gonna say I don't know who the best is.
So to flip it, how much love do you get when guys come up to you and go, mad respect because you made my life hell tonight? You must hear that a lot.
Oh, yeah, a lot. And it's funny, even we was talking about it the other day, even sometimes when I get tackled, the stuff that I hear, or a guy grab my leg, he like, yeah, I got your leg, you ain't going nowhere. So it's just funny to me, and I just love it, dude. I don't know what else to say. I enjoy it,
So when we first talked, I keep going back to one of your first appearances because it was so much fun, and this one is too, but you were talking about one of the toughest guys to bring down in practice was Shannon Brooks. Well, because of injury, you're basically taking his position. I mean this somewhat tongue-in-cheek, but maybe I don't. How much exchange have you guys had about being a ball carrier now? What has he taught you, and what are you maybe bringing to him in future seasons or future games?
Just taught me wise, I would say just how I carry the ball, and reading the linemen a little bit better, and me teaching him is just him watching me block. Not saying that he's not a good blocker, but it's bigger guys. He might go against a D tackle or whatever at max. So it was a bit of a little struggle at first, but he got better as just because he was learning. So I would say my downhill running from him and my blocking, for him.
All right, that's pretty fair. So last question for this segment, then we're going to put the two of you together. Javonte said he kept it simple. He said to win, our guys just need to be our guys. Is it that simple, or is there something more specific that this team needs to get it done out in New York this weekend?
Just play Monsters football, bro.
The mantra seems to be so easy.
And I'm just being honest, dude, like just to see how the season is going, and the progress we've made on both sides of the ball, even with the additions that we had as far as
Time to be as good as you are.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we gelling at the right time. And that's what's scary about it because we still haven't played a whole game of football yet, all three phases.
Should be fun if that happens this weekend, or better yet, the weekend after. But we got to get there first. Claude Davis, round of applause. Love talking to him each and every time. Going to make him stick around. Going to let his quarterback join him. Final segment, Monsters on the Mic, comes your way next. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Lyric Kitchen Bar, Monsters on the Mic, final segment already. Time flies when you're having fun. Give some love to the sponsors. Sanju 2 Harbors, where the cars are. St. Croix Casino, Danbury. And, of course, our friends at Comfort Systems. And speaking of comfort, as is Brian Prudhomme and the intern Tanner, are you comfortable with that name? We just dubbed you that many months ago.
When I first started, it's all you guys call me. And, hey, I'll stick with it.
Well, at least I call you the intern Tanner because Dave Cook is not here tonight.
Just
he has called you Tyler. He has called you Taylor. I think he's called you Tim.
Anything but Tanner.
Right. One of these days he'll get it right, but
I wanna
not
see his
today, and he
list.
doesn't have to. But I'll tell you this. The reason I mentioned Comfort Systems, not only are they a great sponsor, but you want to talk comfort. How comfortable can you be? And the answer is a lot, knowing that the first guy to my left, Javonte Johnson, is running the offense, and the second guy to my left, Claude Davis, is running the defense. This is what Monsters football is all about.
It is the perfect synergy, I think, in my books.
Perfect synergy is a good phrase because I want to start with that, and I'll go to either one of you because Javonte, we haven't had him on the show yet this year, but he's been around Duluth for a long time. And last weekend, I forgot to bring this up when you were on your own, LD was LD again. Mr. Versatility just doing what he does. Is there enough good things you can say about his performances?
Oh, man. LD just do it. Just LD all the time. Same guy every day, all the time. Obviously, you get a little excited.
Right.
Because, we had some ups and downs this year, but he always the same LD no matter what.
To me, he is Mr. Yak, yards after catch, because it's like, oh, he made the catch, he's going to get hit. Oh, 10 yards later, they might bring him down. It's got to be a nice feature that he brings. What is it about him, and either of you can answer this, that you think he can make so many things look so easy?
Funny thing is, LD is from where I'm from.
Okay.
We both from Lakeland, Florida. We went to the same high school. I'm a little bit older than him. So he grew up watching me, and I watched him as he was a kid and stuff like that. So just to see his game progress is great, and he a great worker.
Yeah.
He show up, he work hard. He don't complain. And he take the punches how they come. So just to see him be successful is a great thing to see.
Speaking of being from around you and watching you prior and maybe not realizing, Shiloh Flanagan said the same thing last week.
Yeah.
He knew a lot more about Claude Davis's game than he realized and vice versa.
Oh, yeah, because he's from Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
So he grew up watching me play for the Storm. And when he first got here, I told him, like, you from Sioux Falls? And we had a little moment together. And I'm like, that's tight. Because I remember he was a basketball player at Washington High School. So that's just funny how it comes full circle.
All right, so Duluth will want to know, because it will always compare itself to other Midwest towns, especially those of similar size. You have a long history in Sioux Falls. You've now been here in Duluth. How would you compare the two markets and how they get into their teams?
About the same.
Okay.
You know, Sioux Falls had
That was the safest answer.
Sioux Falls been around a little bit longer, so the tradition was a little,
Yeah.
you know, a little more established. But just being around Duluth and the winning tradition they got, we on the same page. You know, it's on the way up.
Speaking of being on the same page, I got to talk to you guys about your entrance because it's very Gopher-esque. And I joked that Jake wasn't going to be here tonight because it's Big Ten Media Days this week, and I'm sure he's down standing right behind PJ. I'm kidding, of course. But the entrance that makes Amsoil go crazy, each of you with your thoughts. Javante, you can start. What do you think of it?
You know, it was just another idea of, you know, keeping us all together. You know, keeping it a one thing, that, you know. Like Claude said, us, never them. You know, like you said, it was a PJ Fleck thing. Obviously, Jake loved that guy. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, I loved it.
I like it, but in a way it takes work away from me, which is good. But it takes some fun away from me because I don't get to do that individual moment for each of you anymore. But, again, us, never them kind of thing. And it's a we, not me. What do you guys think? Claude, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I would say the same thing. Yeah, the individual introductions are fun, you know, but, again, you know, row together like Jake say, you know, row the boat, you know what I mean? So that's how we look at it, too, as a team. You know, one band, one sound, you know.
All right, we've been so serious going into the playoffs. Tanner, you know these third segments. In recent weeks, they've become less than serious. It's time to get these two guys involved because in some ways they need to defend themselves because they've been answers to questions we've asked of others.
A lot of questions.
Yeah, both of your names have come up quite a bit. Now, I'm going to start with Javante because one of our favorite questions is who would win a dance contest in the locker room? But we've also flipped it and said who would never win a dance contest in the locker room? I told you, you've got great poise in the pocket. You've got great feet when you play this game. Rumor is you don't when the music comes on.
Never.
You need to defend your dancing skills, or are they right?
You see Claude just wave his finger like that?
They're right. Never.
Now, is that because you don't like dancing or it just never came to you? Because I can relate. I have a very much dancing superiority family. Not yours truly, but go ahead.
Nah, I'll be honest. When I was like, I think I was like 12, 13, bro. I think You Got Served came out.
Oh, man.
And we was all dancers where I'm from, you know. Like, we had a few months where we was all dancers. But now after that, I just never liked dancing.
All right, so I got to give you the positive side. I've also asked somebody who would be your emergency contact if you had to pick one from your team. Both of you were picked regularly. So you guys, whether you know it or not, obviously one of you has a nickname that lends itself to that. You are very father figure-esque on this team. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, I mean, shit. I already knew it. They didn't. I'd be mad. Y'all better stop calling me.
And Claude, you nodded right away. I think you're used to that role.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir. And like you said, it's just both of us, you know. We look out for each other. We look out for everybody else. And it's vice versa. It come around full circle, you know, but that's part of the game. You know, when you're a leader, leaders lead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I've been reading this book called Lead for God's Sake.
Okay.
And it's a great book, you know, and they talk about, like, the hatchet and the money aspect of life, you know. So, and I dissect myself through that book, and it helped me become a better leader in life itself, so.
I like that. So let's go from dancing to singing. I want to see if you guys agree with this. The most popular singing choice has been a tie between two, Kyler and then Tory Boyd. Are we accurate or are we way off?
Kyler for sure.
Kyler for sure.
Yeah, he's the boy.
Okay.
Kyler think he ride with you.
Yeah, for sure. Tory Boy,
I already got a set of pipes on him. Although to be fair, I think when Tory was brought up, he was sitting right there, and they made sure I better play my cards right here.
Well, Kyler for sure.
Yeah, Kyler for sure.
All right. So what about one more with the music theme, and then I'll let you roll.
All right.
Who should get the aux cord in the locker room? Because Kyler was the universal choice there too.
No. I like Kyler.
Okay.
I like I said, Boy usually got the aux card. You
Okay.
know, it don't be that bad when it's bad. When it's good, it's good. When I don't like it, it's not even that bad. So I say Kyler.
All right. So the non-answer. What about you as a singer, Javante Johnson?
I mean, I'm not even that bad singing. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I don't sing. I ain't that bad, I'm telling you. I'll be chilling. I don't see you.
Nice. American Idol, Duluth Idol, Javante Johnson. Tanner, go ahead.
I'm going to go back to my favorite question of all time.
It's going to be the drip.
It's going to be the drip.
Yep.
Who has the best and who has the worst drip on the team? Hands down.
Like,
All right, if you
on
ask
the
the
field
team-
or
Off the field, when you come into the stadium, who's walking
shows
in
up?
with the best drip? Off-field drip.
Who shows up Gucci? Who shows up Walmart?
Hey, LD be fire sometimes.
Yeah.
My boy Los be cold. I'm gonna tell you who take the drip for the no. That boy Mike Hall just showed up and just stole it. My boy just stole the show for the no drip. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's my dog though. I'm glad he here, but nah, for the drip. And then on the field, like, it depends if we talking about practice or games. You know what I'm saying?
Game day.
Game day.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I think me, but you know, the boy got the visors and the gold mouth. You know what I'm saying? So they be, you know what I mean?
Radio's not a visual medium, but I think you wish it was.
That's what I'm saying. They
Because
got the
Claude
visors
Davis
and
just
the
went,
gold
excuse
mouth.
me?
You feel me?
I
So
think
they-
that's been my favorite part, is Claude's reaction and everything. Just like, what?
Yeah, what's wrong with you, boy?
Because they even posted a picture talking about who the dribbies. Everybody had a color visor. That's
And guess what they said?
the visor be colorful.
The Claude.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's very fair. That is very fair. I'll give you that. So you mentioned Michael Hall. That gives me a different question because kickers are different breeds by nature. They almost have to be. That guy really seems like a different breed, but a very talented kicker. We haven't gotten a chance to really get to know him. Keep it radio friendly, gentlemen. What can you tell us about Michael Hall?
Nah, man. The best thing for me about Michael Hall, man, he just comfortable in his own skin. You know what I'm saying? He don't mind. He don't care about nothing nobody thinking about. But for sure, you know, he was a little, to me, you know, I don't know what you use words y'all want me to use, but it was a little bizarre, you know what I'm saying?
He's always kicking. I've
Yeah.
never seen a kicker where it's like, where'd he go? Oh, he's kicking down on that
When
end
I'm
now.
on field doing camera work and they tell me to find a player, I know who I'm looking for.
Right,
Michael Hall,
that's
for
very
sure.
fair. All right, question for each of you. You guys both play positions, and you know people want to play your position but don't. You're a quarterback, Javante. Who on this team thinks they could be?
Half of them, at least.
Okay.
Boy, I'm so serious. At least half of them. Swear
Me
to God,
for
they
sure.
can pick one.
All right, who's not on the D-line that wishes they were? Who's not a fullback that wishes they were? Claude Davis.
Fullback wise, I would say Shy Hill, but he played fullback. He played fullback. But half the team for sure.
Especially now that he's doing it now, they're like, oh, how could I do that? Nah, chill out.
Different, you know. And D-line wise, I would say Toy Boy because he played D-line too.
Okay.
So, you know, just guys that have been in those positions.
So let's have some fun with maybe the big guys, maybe not again, because I did ask this question. We have good kick returners. Who wishes they could do that? Or better yet, who do you wish you could watch do that? As
Michael
a certain
Hall.
answer just walked by. Wow.
No, Mike Hall,
I didn't know we could will him into existence.
He
gonna lie.
even looked concerned.
Michael
he put
Hall
his hands
definitely
up.
think he could play
2 days
kick
ago,
return.
Mike Hall showed me some highlights where he was like fake punting, taking off. Not gonna lie.
Well, and
He said, "Did he
again,
walk past?" That's
radio's not a
crazy,
visual
bro.
medium, but who has purple pants?
And a green jacket. That's my boy.
Sounds like
though.
the
That's what
Joker.
we saying.
He ain't worried about nothing. Either you saw him, he not eating it. Looking at the sky.
Hey, he moved at the beat of his own
Telling
drum
you.
for sure.
Respect.
All right, you mentioned Joker. You cannot answer either one of you because certainly could get votes here. But the funniest guy in the locker room that's not either one of you is?
Shy Hill.
Yeah, bro. His humor just different. Bro. I'm telling you.
Shy Hill.
I wouldn't even understand it.
Now, I think it was Carlos Thompson that said Shy Hill's got the worst drip on the team because just give him a T-shirt and pants and he's good.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And a hat.
All right,
yeah.
that's pretty fair. So, now I'll be interested in this answer from you in particular because you've come a long way over the years. But one of the things that I've asked before is, can't answer yourself. We've done a lot of these shows. Who's the best interview and who's the guy that you don't want anywhere near a microphone because they don't want to be there either? And you can't say you, Javante Johnson,
You mean from like this year?
from this team. Yeah.
All right. I mean, so I thought Shy Hill would be the worst, but he actually did pretty good in the interview the other day.
Yes, he
I was
did.
like trying so hard to see if he was gonna be bad. But
Please.
yeah, so since it ain't Shy Hill no more, honestly, I just knew for sure Shy Hill interview was gonna be bad. I'm not gonna lie, but it wasn't even that bad.
And who's the guy besides Claude Davis that's born to have a microphone near him?
LD, I get it from the same place. so,
See?
yeah.
Again, why haven't we had him this year?
LD a rapper and a singer and all kind of stuff, man. I'm trying to tell you.
All right, so if you guys weren't rocking on the gridiron, what sport would you be best at? And Javante, before you answer, a couple of weeks ago, I don't recall who, but one of the players said Javante Johnson would go pro in baseball. You seem stunned by that.
Because I want to be a basketball player.
Okay, fair enough.
There you go.
We always want what we can't have.
Yeah, but baseball, I mean, if I was going to just like do a specific job, whether it was pitching or whatever, whatever, it's just not fun. But yeah, I'm almost 100% sure I could do that.
All right, so Claude Davis, we know the New York Jets came calling. Would the Winnipeg Jets come calling, or what are you doing if you're not doing football?
Basketball for sure. That was my first sport, so basketball for sure.
Who on the team, on the field, is the biggest trash talker? Who's the Larry Bird on the football field?
I've only been at home games, and we're all pointing at Claude.
Me and Shy Hill for
Yeah, I
sure.
was about to say him and Shy Hill. Y'all don't be hearing Shy Hill.
Shy Hill is a silent assassin.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, that would be my flip side question. Who's a guy that when he says something, you go, it must be bad if they're getting involved? Who's the guy least likely to talk smack that maybe has?
Probably me, for sure.
You?
I don't talk smack.
All right, so tell me this.
Similar.
How many times this season have you done that?
Probably like twice, and I didn't want to talk about it.
Tell me one of them was the Beaumont game 2 weeks ago. Because we didn't even know them, and I left the building not liking them, and I don't know why.
I don't think anyone liked them after.
The only person I even talked to was on a different team, on the defense, that said something to me was number 14 from Michigan. It's probably the only one who was talking trash. That was the only one.
Yeah, that's it.
But usually, it's I don't know. It's like I don't know. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. Usually when I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't get mad. I don't never get mad.
Just a chill guy.
Hey, when you're beating guys, what are you upset about?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, last question of the night. We'll close with this. We certainly hope, because this show is in win and go home mode as well, that we're talking to you next week, because that means it's on to the championship. But if not, or even if we are back next week, what's been your favorite part about being in Duluth this year? Javante, I know you've been here a while. Claude, you just got here. What's the best part of Duluth this particular season?
My teammates, just coming from where we came from to where we are now, all together. And that's definitely my best moment for sure.
Perfect. What about the newcomer to Duluth?
Just Duluth itself, Lake Superior, you guys, the fans, the community, Jake, Bree, J5, the team.
Sounds like you love everything.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'd love to have you playing at least one more week. Round of applause for both these guys. Javante Johnson, Claude Davis. That'll do it for Monsters on the Mic. It's playoff edition. That means win or go home. We hope we talk to you next week. Have a good one. Go Monsters.